All right, what's up, everybody? So right now I have Luis Antonio Ramos, one of the stars of the new TV show Power. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Power's about a show about a guy who runs a nightclub in New York City, and he's funding it with illegal means, and I'm part of his crew, and it starts tomorrow on Stars.
We're definitely going to catch that over at HRTV24. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Do the Right Thing. That's such an iconic film.
Yes.
I'm sure people talk to you about that all the time.
All the
Is there
time.
anything you want to say in terms of that film and what it means to you?
I think that it's funny because we're at about the 25th, 26th anniversary of Do the Right Thing, and Spike was able to kind of illuminate how blacks and Latinos and Jewish people and Koreans kind of like intermingle and interact, and Italians, how all the races in New York interact, which is unique to New York. That doesn't happen. I've been around the country. That doesn't happen. You know, there's still a very segregationist kind of racial tension that exists around the country. And then here I am doing Power. On Stars, and it shoots here in New York. It takes place in Brooklyn, and it also shows how the intermingling of races, how black and Latinos in New York City are raised together, grow up together. I knew more about Alabama than I did about Puerto Rico by the time I was 15.
Wow.
So I think that was a wonderful thing about Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
How it showed the intermingling of races, and that we've come a long way since then. I mean, here in the New York area anyway, I think.
Sounds good. That's actually one of my favorite films. And speaking of diversity, we're over here at 42nd Street,
Yes.
Bryant Park. We just finished watching Voz a Voz have this excellent concert here. And what I noticed in the crowd was that it was a little bit of everything and everyone. And I think that that's so exciting, you know, especially for the culture to be out there and, you know, for everyone to kind of, you know, cultural diversity. I think that's really important.
Music is transcendent. Music breaks all racial barriers. I mean, you see Japanese and Korean people dancing salsa, and you know, all of us are trying to learn a little bit. We learn a lot about each other's cultures living in a city like New York, and that's the invite. I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx. I took the train down.
Shout out to the Bronx.
Yeah, right. Bronx.
Shout out to the VX.
I went to Performing Arts High School on 46th Street, down the block from here.
Nice.
So I was around this like interracial intermingling of races down here, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about a lot of other people. I knew as much about other cultures as I did about my own by the time I was 18. So I think that's a unique thing about New York. I think that's what you saw here.
Yeah,
one of my friends is in the group, Ronnie Mercedes, who's just a beautiful singer. And so it's a great thing, man. That's what New York makes New York, New York.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Thank you
Best
so much.
of luck. God bless you guys over at Power, and
Yes.
I'm really excited to see that show.
It
I hear a
starts
lot of
tomorrow,
good
June
stuff.
7th, Stars,
Sounds good.
Power, on
Check it out, you
Stars tomorrow,
guys.
9 o'clock.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
brother.
good one.
It's a
God
pleasure,
bless you.
man. Take
Thank you.
care. All right.